Imagine ancient Greece, a world of powerful gods and daring heroes. Today, let's explore a tale of love, courage, and tragedy. The legend of Theseus and Ariadne. Athens is in despair. Every year, 7 youths are sent to be devoured by the Minotaur, a monstrous creature dwelling in the Labyrinth of Crete. Theseus, the brave prince of Athens, decides it's time to end this curse. He vows to his father, King Aegeus, that he will defeat the Minotaur and free the city. But what Theseus didn't expect was to find a love that would change his destiny forever. Get ready for the legend of Theseus and Ariadne, where fate, love, and courage intertwine in an epic story that resonates through the ages. Theseus sets out on his journey, determined to save Athens. Upon arriving in Crete, he faces a new challenge: to gain the trust of King Minos and unravel the labyrinth where the Minotaur dwells. There, he meets Ariadne, the king's daughter. From their first glance, a strong connection forms between them. Ariadne, intelligent and compassionate, believes in Theseus's courage and decides to help him. She gives him a magical ball of thread, a gift from the gods, so that he can find his way back out of the labyrinth after defeating the Minotaur. This act of love puts Ariadne at odds with her own father and land. With the magical ball of thread in hand, Theseus enters the labyrinth. The tension is palpable. He looks to Ariadne, who gives him a final encouraging glance. Determined, he moves forward, unraveling the thread behind him to ensure his way out. The labyrinth is dark and treacherous. Theseus stays focused, guided by the hope of defeating the Minotaur and saving Athens. Finally, he hears a guttural sound. The Minotaur is near. The battle begins. Theseus confronts the monster with courage. The Minotaur is fierce and powerful, but Theseus, driven by love for Ariadne and the hope of freeing his people, fights bravely. After an intense struggle, Theseus defeats the Minotaur with a decisive blow. Exhausted but victorious, Theseus follows the magical thread back. Finally, he emerges from the labyrinth and is welcomed by Ariadne with a relieved and joyful embrace. But the adventure is not over yet. Theseus and Ariadne now need to escape from Crete. Theseus and Ariadne, their hearts racing, flee from Crete. At nightfall, they reach the port and board an Athenian ship. At sea, they face storms and turbulent waters, testing their courage. Theseus contemplates the consequences and the future of Athens, while Ariadne dreams of a new life alongside him. Upon arriving at the island of Naxos, they find brief relief. They decide to rest before continuing to Athens. But in Naxos, fate takes an unexpected turn. Theseus, consumed by doubts and pressures, makes a decision that will change their lives forever. In Naxos, while Ariadne sleeps, Theseus is tormented by thoughts. He walks away, gazing at the horizon, consumed by the pressure of being a hero and by doubts. At dawn, Theseus makes a painful decision. He quietly leaves, leaving Ariadne alone on the island. With a heavy heart, he believes this is the only way to fulfill his destiny. When Ariadne wakes up and realizes she has been abandoned, her world crumbles. In despair, she wanders the island. At that moment, the god Dionysus appears to console her. Dionysus, captivated by Ariadne, promises her a new life and immortality by his side. He takes her away, transforming her pain into a fresh start. Meanwhile, Theseus sails back to Athens, battling guilt and sadness. He does not know what the future holds, but carries the consequences of his choices with him. As Theseus sails back to Athens, his heart is heavy with guilt and sadness. He reflects on his choices and the cost of being a hero. In Athens, King Aegeus waits anxiously. Theseus had promised to raise white sails if he was victorious, but consumed by remorse, he forgets to change them. Seeing the black sails, Aegeus believes his son is dead and in despair. He throws himself from a cliff into the sea, perishing. When Theseus arrives and learns what has happened, he is overcome with overwhelming grief. He becomes the king of Athens, but his heart is scarred by the tragedies he faced. The young hero returns as a transformed man, bearing the weight of his decisions. As king of Athens, Theseus rules with wisdom and compassion, transformed from a young hero into a just and determined leader. Theseus initiates reforms, uniting the communities around Athens and bringing peace and prosperity. He never forgets Ariadne, whose sacrifice was crucial to his victory. Her memory inspires him to be a better king, always mindful of the love and loss that defined his life. The legend of Theseus and Ariadne echoes through the ages as a tale of courage, love, and tragedy. Theseus's legacy lives on in every decision he makes, and Ariadne's story, now immortal beside Dionysus, remains a symbol of hope and renewal. Thus, the saga of Theseus and Ariadne reminds us that even in the face of great adversity, love and courage can transform destinies and create enduring legacies. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment on what you thought and suggest new topics. Your participation is essential for us to bring you even better content. See you in the next video. Goodbye.